Your mom's a hoe.
Yes. Yes.
Anyways, I'm going to start saying whatever the first thing goes to my mind when we start an episode. But hello. What's up? Welcome back to
Dumb Shit
with your host
Gabrielle
and Melissa.
We may sound a little sleepy, a little tired,
or we sound a little sexy.
No, yeah, whichever one.
You tell me which one it is, because I feel like it might be a little bit of both.
Oh, it's for sure both. We are recording this at like 8:30 a.m. But what day is it, Melissa?
It's Juneteenth. We outside. Actually, I have some real questions that I want to ask you about this holiday.
Oh, I don't.
But not about the holiday. About
okay.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
Not like a history question.
Okay.
But like, okay. So I be seeing. Well, I've had these conversations with people, and I've had conversations with my African American friends, and they feel like, well, really, this is our holiday, and they get upset when they see other people in the diaspora trying to claim this as their holiday as well. What are your thoughts?
I literally never thought about that until right now.
I've had these conversations for real, and I'm like, interesting, because that's
I mean, I guess that is interesting.
I think their issue comes when it's like when they get a lot of negative comments from other people in the diaspora, but then now in 2021, you want to be like celebrating with them.
That's true.
Like, wait a minute, what's?
Because when you think about it, like. I don't know, but yeah, I definitely see. I literally have never thought about that, but I definitely see it for sure. I get it, yeah. Because
it's probably like I understand why they would have. Well, I understand completely. It's not my place to say yes or no if it's I'm a bitch in the diaspora, so
yeah. I guess as an African American person, I see it. I didn't really think about it, so like I'm not gonna judge anyone if they feel that way because I see it. But like I'm fine. Yes. Yeah.
Anyways, that's just but it's Juneteenth. So
Juneteenth.
What are your plans today, Gabrielle?
I have some errands to run, and then I'm like I don't know, not a barbecue, not a party. I'm going up to Brazelton. Like my best friend Rachel, she's throwing this thing. So it's gonna be really fun. So that's what I'm doing. I don't really know what it is, but it's gonna be a lot of food and a lot of just shit, and I'm so excited.
It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really excited. What are you doing?
I really wanted to be out and about, but it's going to rain like fuck today.
It is,
so I was like, well, what else am I going to do? So I'm just going to try to find a method to be drunk. But first, I'm going to the farmer's market.
Good.
And I'm just doing that by myself because I just want to go to the farmer's market and see what kind of fruit they have. That has nothing to do with anything. I just want to let you guys know I'm going to the farmer's market.
She was like, you need to know I'm going to the farmer's market.
Because isn't that such an exciting thing though? Like, I feel like farmer's markets are so fun.
Sometimes on Sundays I like to go and like get like fruit from there or whatever. Like some Sundays I'll go. But so yeah, it's nice.
The farmer's market just feels like it's a whole different universe. That is not connected to the rest of this.
I like it.
And then everything there just feels so clean and like healthy
and sexy. Yeah, sometimes when I have time I'll go.
Organic.
It feels. I like it. I'll go sometimes if I have time. But yeah, I dig it. And then you said just getting drunk. Any kind of method that you can.
Yeah, any kind of method I can get my hands on at this point because I'm just here for the ride. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
No, yeah,
so I'm just gonna get drunk.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really gone on so I'm excited. I feel like that's what I like. I'm doing it like 4th of July, so. Whatever I would do, but like, but it's fucking raining. But it'll still be fun. But
which I have a theory, like from all days, it's been sunny all week.
No, it's been sunny all week, and then it's raining today, tomorrow, like into the next week.
Like I just feel like they pressed the button. The government pressed the weather button because they didn't want this out. But that's my conspiracy theory. You don't have to take it as your own.
But what? So we didn't post last week, dummies. So we did mention though that Melissa went on a trip. Melissa, how was your trip?
Honestly, y'all, I want to move to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
It was that's not even like to be funny. Like everybody there is so sweet and so nice, and like being over there felt so relaxing and like a different. I don't know. It felt really like freeing and.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just know when you're on an island. Like, things feel differently when you're on an island. And I feel like I was on an island and I felt free. And then I love the beach. The beach and me are connected, I swear. And I feel like I was in the water and I had like a whole, like, I kept having moments and I just like had a really good time. And
that's fun.
I want to go on vacation soon again.
Yeah. I've been like planning vacations and now it's like so exciting because I never really went on vacations ever, like growing up. Mm-hmm. So I'm like planning them and it's so fun. So
and I told myself I was going to travel a lot this year because I'm young and I feel like one day I'm not going to be able to have that luxury all the time, or I'm not going to have the time to just like drop everything I'm doing. So it's like, I have the time now, so let's just fucking do it.
That's what I was thinking too. Like I'm like, why not? I mean, I'm moving this year, so I'm not planning like a bunch of trips or whatever, but I did plan like one or two. So I'm excited. I think it's gonna be fun. But I think traveling is so fun. But I've never been like a traveler because I could never afford to. So now I kind of can. So it's exciting.
Yeah, and honestly, traveling. I know people always say that and you're probably like, shut up. But it really is, you could really go a lot of random places for a little cheap. It just might not be the vacations that you want. Or it might not be like fucking Italy, but you could see really cool places for really cheap. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's so many cool places, like even in the US that a lot of people haven't seen. So it's kind of like, why not? Just go. No one's stopping.
No, yeah. I believe it. I think now I think I have the time and resources. That's why I can do it now. But yeah, so you like you had fun.
Yeah.
I've been having a lot, actually. I've been having a lot of fun lately. I don't know, I've been doing it, like, just hanging out with, like, new people and, like, making new friends and, like, having fun and, like, doing a lot of swimming. Yeah, I've just been really, because I had, like, a really rough couple of weeks. I think it was, like, early June, late May or something. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, this is stupid. I'm done. And so I just, like, started. No, yeah, I just started, like, really enjoying myself and, like, having fun. So I've been really, really great lately, actually. I've been feeling amazing.
Which is amazing to hear. I'm glad to hear that.
Oh, yeah, I felt amazing lately.
So we had a good week off.
Yeah, good week off.
Not like we didn't miss you guys.
No, obviously, of course, always. But yeah, good week off for sure. So that's why coming back, we thought, why not jump into some of the latest gossip, drama, whatever we've been seeing.
The juice, the tea, the fun.
No, yeah, whatever we've been seeing, and also stuff that the dummy sent in, and make sure that y'all follow us on Instagram so you can send in suggestions as well.
Yes, yes.
So we're just gonna do, a little deep dive into some shit that's been happening.
Where do you want to start?
Like nowhere. This is also fucking annoying.
Yeah, like everybody's so stupid on this list.
No, yeah, you can pick one and start. I know the ones I know more about, but like I don't know.
Okay, I just want to start with this one because I don't know much about it, but I just want to be like, okay, so I saw, like, I was hearing, like, through the grapevine that David Dobrik's coming back, so I said, wait, I thought he's been MIA. Oh, no, this is what happened. I was on my For You page, and I saw, like, one of the people in the vlog squad, not my For You page, what is it, my main page, what is it on Instagram, the Explore page.
Yeah.
So I saw a picture of, and I was like, wait, I thought these people have been MIA. So I clicked on it, and I was like, huh? And then I saw in the picture, there was a picture of David Dobrik, so I tagged, and I went to his account. And then he has a new picture up that said new vlog on Tuesday.
Oh, so it already came out?
No, I think that was like last week, like after talking about this Tuesday that's coming up. So when we drop our episode, there should be a new vlog or something out. But I'm just like, what is this vlog even going to consist of? Like, you're fucking weird.
Yeah, I think it actually, because when I went to go look up stuff about this David Dobrik thing, I think it dropped. It's like a... Something. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it's Surprising My Friends. It's like a, 4-minute, 20-second long video. I don't know what it is, but he's surprising his friends. Came out 3 days ago.
Oh, yeah. He did do one, but it's like surprising your friends of what that you are.
I didn't even. Yeah.
Like, and then I know of 5.9 million views. Well, I'm not shocked. Everybody probably watched it to see like what is he gonna say, but. I kind of want to read the comments now that I'm fucking on the video. Hold up, I'm gonna click on
What did he... I'm trying to think of what he even did initially. Because, what did he... It was, like, something about being racist or some shit. And then there was, like, the Jeff stuff. Where he, like...
Okay, so, like, there was, like, the racist stuff. Then there was the sexual, like, assault stuff.
Oh, that
Then there was... Yeah, then there was the sexual assault stuff. Then there was, that vlog, like, yeah, he almost killed one of his friends in the vlog squad. Then he, like, severely bullied a lot of other people in the vlog squad that are not okay.
Tell me, did we talk about that? The Jeff stuff?
No, I don't think we did, because it was almost like while we talked about the sexual assault stuff, I think we were like, he was still dropping videos about what happened. But it was just yeah, apparently it was like, or we kind of did, I don't think we like fully, but apparently they were doing a bad stunt and David was pushing it, and like he was hanging off one of those conveyor belt thingies and he started making it go really fast, and Jeff was on it and he went flying and he like fractured his whole like skull. And he could have, like, really fucked up, like, and lost his eye and stuff.
And Jeff is one of David's, like, close friends, and he also has his own YouTube channel where he's, like, a barber or something. And so they were, like, in some, like, lake or creek or whatever, and he was hanging off of a conveyor belt by a rope, which was stupid. And then David was, like, spinning it around, and but...
And I'm sorry, I'm going through the comments real quick, and obviously a couple people keep quoting something that Jeff said, I think in the vlog, that was, like, call off the lawsuit, he got something. Like, that's not funny.
Call off the what?
Call off the lawsuit. He got something.
Oh, God. Okay.
Like...
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I never expect these people... That's why I say cancel culture isn't real. Like, I never expect these people to actually have any, like, real... He's back. He has, 5.6 million views in 3 days. All of his videos are going to have super high views again.
So we're going to get all of his ad revenue back. He's gonna get
There's going to be the people
back.
that are going to remember, and they're going to keep saying stuff, and there's going to be people who are like, move on. He's, like, back now. Whatever.
It's like, well, move on from what? You want to tell that to the victims? Move on?
It's just... It always happens that way.
But speaking of, honestly, going in, because you said the cancel culture thing, I think we could dive into that weird Kevin Hart thing.
Yeah, so maybe I'm just stupid. I'm so... Like, when people were sitting stuff, I was like, wait, what? So... Kevin Hart, obviously y'all know who he is.
I kept seeing him on Twitter, and this is what, from my point of view, I kept seeing people clowning him on Twitter. They're like, baby, you could take that to Instagram. On Twitter, they clown you on here.
I saw, like one tweet.
Of you on here.
Yeah, so for, like, context, so Kevin Hart did an interview with, like, the Sunday Times and because every comedian has to talk about cancel culture. And he was pretty much just saying how I personally don't give a shit about it. He said, if someone has done something truly damaging, then absolutely a consequence should be attached. But when you just talk about nonsense, when you're talking, someone said they need to be taken down, shut the fuck up, what are you talking about? And he said, I don't expect perfection from my kids, I don't expect it from my wife, friends, employees, because last I checked, the only way you grow up is from fucking up. I don't know a kid who hasn't fucked up or done some dumb shit. And then he said, I've been canceled, 3 or 4 times, never bothered. If you allow it to have an effect on you, it will. Personally, that's not how I operate. I understand people are humans, and everyone can change. Oh, and then, wow, I didn't realize it was this long. So then he said, it's like jail. People get locked up so they can be taught a lesson. When they get out, they're supposed to be better. But if they come out and people go, I'm not giving you a job because you were in jail, then what the fuck did I go to jail for? That was my punishment. How do you not give those people a shot? They're saying that all life should be over because of a mistake. Your life should end and there should be no opportunity to change. What are you talking about? And who are you to make that decision? So,
my comments on this is, when he said he got canceled 3 to 4 times, so obviously whatever lesson you were supposed to be learning, you weren't learning anything. And then 2, it's like, the way he's talking about it is very, like... I just feel like every time these celebrities talk about cancel culture, they like to be like, well, fuck it. It's so stupid. Like, da-da-da-da. When really, it's just people holding you accountable. You don't like it. You don't like it because people are calling you out because you do shitty things. And they're trying to downplay it like, well, it's not even that serious. Like, it's one thing if I said really harmful things. Well, what you did say was harmful to groups of people. Because I was reading and, like, some of them he was making a joke about, like, oh, well... as a straight man, if my son was gay, like, that's not gonna fly kind of stuff.
Something like that.
That's a hurtful comment. Do you not see how that's hurtful? That's a hurtful comment. That can directly affect so many people's lives when you make comments like that. So no, your comments aren't just mindless. Your comments aren't just whatever. It's not that it's not that serious. No, it's very much serious, especially with the platform you have and the power that you have. You can't just be saying, like, I don't know. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I just always find it interesting that, like, the people who always say, like, what Kevin Hart said, which is, well, if people change and they grow and they learn from it, how are you supposed to, like, why are you still judging them? Why are you still, like, blaming them? Why aren't you giving them a chance? Are the same people that say, I've been canceled and I don't care. So you didn't actually change, you didn't grow, you just want people
to what are you talking about then? Yeah.
But I just noticed it's always the people who will be like, well, if I changed and I grew and I learned, why are you still like mad at me? Are the same people who are like, cancel culture is stupid, I don't care, and it doesn't affect me.
So it's almost like, honestly, for the people, if you were actually canceled and you actually did grow and stuff, you're not going to sit here and be like, stupid ass cancel culture.
Yeah.
Because obviously you didn't learn what you were supposed to actually learn. Like,
yeah.
You didn't take away what you were supposed to actually take away from being quote unquote canceled, which I don't really think it exists. We've talked about this before. Cancel culture does not exist. It's just a way to hold you accountable. It does not exist.
Well, he also said he's been canceled 3 to 4 times, and look, you still have a trending movie on Netflix. You're still having like arena selling shows, so you've been, but you said like it's like you say that you don't let it affect you, but then you also say it can ruin people's lives.
Because I kept saying that on Twitter. He was going on and be like, well, I have one of the best comedy specials, y'all can't, I don't know why y'all coming at me. So that means that it doesn't exist, right? Because you are still entirely rich. If cancel culture was real, you would not have a job.
Cancel culture worked on one person, Daniel Caesar.
And no, it didn't. You know why I don't think it didn't? Because that man still make music, and he still make money. So at the end of the day, cancel culture does not exist.
No, yeah, but like as a joke, like it
people
was very
talking about him.
He doesn't have people always say like, it worked for one person, him, because he doesn't have as big. So like it doesn't with cancel culture. It's not as like just black and white. It can be losing your platform or losing all your money, or like it can be a spectrum of things. But I think he's definitely lost more of his platform.
People always, I don't know why he did that.
People always make that joke. They're like, oh yeah, the only person it worked on was Daniel Caesar. So yeah, but
honestly, that was really just like, I just feel like these celebrities I will never forget how they're celebrities and they're rich people, and they remind you every day that they're rich people, and they do not think like we do, and they don't care about what we got going on, and it shows every time.
Yeah, I was talking to someone about this, and I was like, as much as I love like knowing about the people that like I listen to or I watch, and like knowing who to support because I know like if they're problematic or not, whatever. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to hear your opinion on everything. Actually, like I don't. Like I'm just like I kind of miss that like anonymity of like the early 2000s, and like or any time of celebrity where like you didn't know much about them. You really only knew what they made and stuff. Because like sometimes I don't want to hear every. Yeah, I don't want to know every single thought and opinion of every celebrity. Like I'm like, that shit is exhausting. Like just like sometimes I'm like, just make your music and shut up. Like
there's a lot of people that shouldn't speak about a lot of things.
Yeah, and I'm glad to know, like, because I know who to support, I know who not to, whatever. But sometimes I'm like, I just don't want to hear every single celebrity's opinion, and they're people who definitely are not educated on anything.
And I think that's where I go. I'm like, okay, these people are not, like, these are people that are not educated about these things, and they're speaking about these things. And it's like, you have a platform, yeah, you're talking about things you're not even educated about. So it's like, you're being so harmful. So it'd be so much better if you just shut the fuck up. Like, nobody wants to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
What do we ask for, Summer Walker? Your music. Please stop talking.
Oh my god.
No, really, for real. Please stop talking. Your music.
Oh my god.
Perfection. Her music is perfect. She needs to just stop. She needs to stop.
I honestly didn't really listen to her much. I know everyone loves her music, so like that's totally cool. I didn't really listen to her much, but yeah, anytime she opens her mouth, or anytime I see that she opened her mouth, I'm like, oh my god, girl.
Especially now that she has a baby, it stresses me out. But that's, I'm not a mother. Let me back up. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not a mother, but like, don't give your kid honey. That's just like natural, like normal, whatever. Like, don't give your kid honey.
Look, I don't know what she be on, bro.
That shit is wild. It was just I think it was the funniest shit ever though when she got pregnant and she knew that people were gonna clown her because she clowns every baby mother ever, and then she was like, I know, just like shut up. Like
she's like, okay, I know.
Like she's always like clowning baby mothers, and then she got pregnant, and she was just like, shut up, I know. So yeah, but I guess going into like celebrity and opening their mouths all the time, I can go into like Chrissy Teigan.
Oof. That was a good transition, Gabrielle.
I know, and I don't even So Chrissy Teigan is, I don't know if everyone knows who she is. She's, I don't know,
John Legend's wife.
She's a model. She's like an actress sometimes. She hosts stuff. And she's also like a Twitter bully and has bullied multiple people. And like someone with again using their platform to tell people to kill themselves. So, I want to say like around like late March, early April, Courtney Stodden came out and was saying that everything that Chrissy Teigen was saying about her years ago, like on Twitter, and what she was DMing her separately, which was like telling her to kill herself and stuff. Sorry. Oh yeah. DMing them separately was like telling them to kill themselves and stuff like that, and then saying like this made me like super suicidal.
But background on the Courtney Stodden stuff. So Courtney Stodden, they became famous because they were 16 when they started dating this like middle-aged guy or something, like this old man who's married them when they were like 16. Yet the whole world was bullying this teenage person. Mm-hmm. And one of the people that was included on harassing this teenage person was Chrissy Teigen, like calling this person a whore, like you're disgusting, like da-da-da-da. A 16. Does that even make sense?
Yeah, Doug Hutchinson was who
that's his name. That's his name. Like he's
yeah,
like
and he was 51, and he was 51, and they were 16. That was in 2011. Oh wow! And so yeah,
and they were being bullied. They were being bullied because they were 16 with a 61-year-old man.
And Chrissy said like a lot, like and these were like public tweets, but Chrissy said, wouldn't just publicly tweet about wanting me. Oh, well, yeah, Chrissy said, take a dirt nap. Privately told them to kill themselves. I can't wait for you to die. And these were...
Go to sleep forever.
Yeah. And so, yeah, they experienced so much harassment and bullying from just 16 years old, 17, 18. And at the time, they were being abused and groomed by this, like, old man. And so they talked about it, and then Chrissy decided to publicly apologize, and it was like a bullshit apology. And Chrissy said, just pretty much like, I'm ashamed of my behavior, I'm embarrassed, I've worked so hard to give you guys joy, blah, 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 I've tried to connect with So this is the part that, like, is pretty fucked up, because Chrissy said, I've tried to connect with Courtney privately, but since I publicly fueled all this, I want to also apologize publicly. But Courtney then tweeted a screenshot showing that Chrissy has them blocked, like, on Twitter,
everything, yeah.
And never reached out privately. Like, because celebrities always like, oh yeah, like, I reached out privately, and, like, never did.
That's a bold thing to say, though. Like, you say publicly that you reached out to somebody, and then you never did. Like, they can easily call you out. So I wonder why. I wonder why would she even lie about that? That's weird.
Yeah, and,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's such a bold thing to lie about out loud in front of everybody.
Yeah, under Courtney's post, they posted a screenshot of Chrissy having them blocked on Twitter, and then the caption was, I accept her apology and forgive her, but the truth remains the same. I have never heard from her or her camp in private. In fact, she blocked me on Twitter. All of me wants to believe this is a sincere apology, but it feels like a public attempt to save her partnerships with Target and other brands who are realizing her quote-unquote wokeness is a broken record. So then that happened, and then other people started to come out and talk about how Chrissy, I guess, like, bullying them on social media made them want to kill themselves as well. So, like, Michael Costello, who I believe he was a contestant on... Why am I blanking? Give me 1 second.
Michael Costello.
He was,
Project
I know
Runway
the show.
designer.
Yeah, Project Runway. So he was a contestant on there, and so I don't really know much. I think something, like, it was, like, fake... Apparently, fake screenshots came out where he was, like, saying the N-word or something, and he kept saying that they were fake, but I guess Chrissy thought they were real, and so she was, like, cyberbullying him or something.
Fair Abram came out, said something.
Yeah. I remember that Farrah stuff. She, like, called Farrah a whore and...
Which...
Everything.
Honestly, with the whole Chrissy thing, I think it's really weird because it's, like... It's weird. No, like, weird. Because not only... You have a way bigger platform than all these people you're attacking. Mm-hmm. That's weird. That means you're, like, actively trying to use, like, your platform that you know that you have over all these people. Like, she was one of the most followed people on Twitter at the time. Remember, she was always, like...
Yeah, I remember she was, like, always...
So it's kind of like, you know how weird that is that you're attacking? It's like, that reminds me of that. Did you see that thing when, like, Demi Lovato randomly, like, tagged this random small ice cream shop and was, like, bad-mouthing them because they, like, one thing wrong happened? You know how weird, like that, for example, that's weird. Like you have so much bigger of a platform than the people you're attacking, and you know that what you're saying is gonna actually hone in on these people, which is gonna lead to these people probably getting more hate, more bullying, more, like, that's fucked up. That is so rooted in some weird ass shit.
I remember she was like on Twitter during that time of like just really shitty tweets and like the awful things that people would say that they thought were funny, where like being like really rude and offensive was like super funny. I do remember that. So, and then lastly, one that was really big and awful, and Chrissy can rot in house. So Quinvenzine Wallace, I don't know if y'all ever saw like they always call it the Black Annie movie. It came out,
which was bomb. I love that Annie movie.
Yeah, I don't think I saw it actually, but
it's good.
My sisters loved it. And so at the time when the movie was coming out and stuff, she was 9 years old, and Chrissy was on Twitter just tweeting the worst things about this child. So let me pull up the screenshots because I actually screenshotted them.
I didn't even know this has happened.
Oh, I remember this. This is the one that I was like, why? I was like, you still haven't apologized for this. So she tweeted in 2013, when the girl was 9, I am forced, wait, actually, let me read it in order. She said, I'm forced to like Quinvenzine Wallace because she is a child. Right. Okay, fine. And then she said, is it okay to call a small child cocky? And then she said, pretty sure I'm not racist. I just hate children. And then lastly, some of you honestly, truly huge pieces of bored, smelly shit. Okay, so that was just her going back at people. But so it's just interesting again because like with black children, they're never allowed to be children. So
that's why she cocky.
So yeah, the fact she felt so emboldened to call a 9-year-old cocky and say like, is it okay not to like her? It was just so fucking.
That's
rude.
Weird to think. You know, that makes me really sad because it's like no, like not. It makes me sad when I think about how, like you said, like black children are not allowed to be children because what do you mean she's cocky? She's a child. Like, don't you want them to be cocky? Don't you want them to feel like they can can literally challenge anybody and they can do this world? Like, I was talking to someone about this the other day. I was like, I love little kids that you just know that they just feel like they're so confident. They're just like, you can't say anything to them because that is beautiful. They haven't let this world dim them down yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful. They haven't let that happen. And for you to be like, oh, she's cocky. Can I say she's cocky? Why are you trying to dim her shine? Because she's more confident than you probably are?
It happens with, like, same with, like, Blue Ivy. Like, people always attacked Blue Ivy. But
she doesn't even say anything!
Like, before Blue Ivy could talk was getting attacked. Like, it's just this, and it's weird because that's one of the worst ones, and she's never apologized for that. And so, but she did release this big apology about a week ago, just talking about how she was, like, saying, like, I was an online bully, and, like, I said awful things, and I thought I was funny, and I wasn't, and, like,
that makes me uncomfortable when these people have kids that are black. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that, like...
Yeah.
You, like, that's where shit gets weird. Like, you're married to a black man, and your kids are...
Yeah.
They're black, too. So it's kind of like...
It's really shitty.
When you have these weird-ass views towards these children, like...
Yeah.
You have kids that are... Like, that doesn't... I don't get that.
Yeah, it's really bad. So she hasn't really. I think a couple of days ago, John Legend tweeted about the guy Michael Costello saying some screenshots were fake, whatever, between him and Chrissy, and so that's the thing right now. But besides that, she released like this big apology a week ago. Hasn't really said much since then, and honestly doesn't need to. So.
You know what's gonna happen? Gonna disappear for 3 months, come back, act like nothing
She's done
happened.
that too on Twitter. Like she's disappeared.
That's what they all do.
And then she's like come back, but like her specific, like she will like disappear for like a month or so. Like I'm done with Twitter, and then like come back. And
I know she disappeared, like, which was sad when she had that really bad miscarriage. She disappeared because she was getting a lot of hate and a lot of things where it wasn't right. You see that shit wasn't right. Like people were coming at you personally, and it was almost like you get what that is to feel attacked over something that's really personal. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of sick that you were part of that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's like.
It's different when you're on the receiving end of the hate.
It's different when you're on the receiving end.
It's cute when like your tweets are getting
for something
like,
that you can't control.
Yeah. So.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Okay, enough about fucking Chrissy. Honestly, you know what I want to know about? This Porsha shit. This is the housewife stuff. I was seeing this stuff, like, I was seeing the Porsha stuff where she was literally like, I was really confused. I just saw that she was dating one of the other housewives, man.
So I can explain it, yeah. So
yeah, I was like, you're the housewife expert. What's going on?
Yeah, so, oh my god, and I hate this because I really like Porsha. And even, like, in times, like, Portia's obviously blatantly lying, I'm like, oh, Porsha, I still like you, whatever.
You still like her. She's like your problematic fave.
Yeah, like, because usually she's always arguing with Kenya, and I really don't like Kenya, and I'm like, fuck, okay, Porsha. But, so, Porsha Williams, she is a housewife on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's been a housewife on there for a pretty long time. She was recently with a man named Dennis, and then, like, they got, I don't think they were ever married, but they did have a kid, and they broke up.
Okay.
And so this past season, she's been, like, single. I think they did try to work it out a little bit, but she's been single, ready to mingle, whatever. And so, yeah. And so, during, like, mid-season, this girl, so sometimes they'll have, like, people, like, guests on the show, like, friends of someone. Like, so if someone's friend is, like, throwing a party and they all go to that party, whatever. So there was someone named Fallon who was introduced to the show for a couple episodes, and she was introduced as Portia's friend. And so there was a scene where, like, Porsha and someone else went to Fallon's house, and, like, and Fallon's husband was there, and they all said hi. Like, you could tell they kind of knew each other. They, like, swam in their pool and stuff like that, and anytime Fallon was on camera, it always says Portia's friend. And so Fallon had a husband who another girl, like, some girls on that show were kind of bitchy to her about because he was older, he was, like, super rich, and they were like, oh, like, you're a gold digger, you're young, whatever. And on the show, as far as I remember, I didn't really watch Atlanta much, but I just remember her always saying, like, they are, like, a power couple, she loves him so much, nothing's ever gonna come between them,
friend?
blah, blah. Yeah, the friend, Fallon and her husband, his name is Simon. And then, I want to say, like, 3 weeks maybe after the reunion aired, so Fallon didn't go to the reunion, but I want to say 3 weeks after it aired, so I think while the reunion was airing, it was said that Fallon and Simon were getting a divorce. No one really knew why. It was just like, you know, oh, we tried to work it out, it wasn't working. And then about 3 weeks later, 3 weeks to a month, Porsha it happened so fast, and that's why, like, I'm still kind of confused. Porsha was pictured with Simon and with her ex, and they were all, like, in a picture together, smiling, and that was the first one. And Porsha had on an engagement ring. People were like, okay. Like, they thought, oh, like, maybe they're hanging out. Like, Simon and Dennis know each other, whatever. But she had an engagement ring. People were kind of confused because she was also touching Simon. And they were like, okay.
She was also with her ex-husband, too?
Yes, he was in the picture, too. And they actually get along
really
friends? Well, apparently.
I would say they're friends.
Yeah, so they're friends. And so it was a picture she posted, and people were like, are you, like, what's going on? And then she confirmed that they're engaged. And everyone was like, what the fuck? This is the person who was your friend's, not even ex, like, they're, I don't even think, I usually filed.
They're probably still divorcing.
No, yeah, they're still divorcing, and it happened so quickly. They said, I guess, in that month period is when they started dating and fell in love, in that month. Some people do not believe it, some people do, I have no idea. But in that month, I guess they started dating, fell in love, happened super quick.
So you're saying there wasn't anything prior to that?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
I could believe if you guys made it officially official in that month. But you're saying that there wasn't a prior, an engagement. That's a really big
an engagement.
Job. And my thing is, has Kenya said anything?
So there's a lot. So I'm trying to, like, go in order, so I'm, like, making the most sense. Okay, so that happened. Pictures posted. Okay. She confirmed it. Kenya, I think, tweeted something about how, like, she's a phony or she's a bitch, some shit like that. Kenya will literally always have it out for Porsha until the day that they die. Like, that is a feud that is never ending. And then Fallon posted something. She was like, thank you so much for everyone checking in on me. I'm okay. I'm, like, surrounded by love, support, whatever. Porsha and Simon were both saying that there was nothing malicious happening. It all happened within that month. Neither of them were with anyone when they started dating. And then also Porsha was saying that her and Fallon weren't actually that close. They weren't actually friends. And so this is where it gets tricky. So,
bitches love to use that excuse. We weren't even that close.
Yeah, and it gets tricky with housewives. So whenever someone is introduced as a friend, it can be someone that you met at a party the night before and you're just, like, bringing them to the next day. So there were other housewives kind of speaking out. So a lot of housewives commented on it, and other, like, reality people, and they were saying, like, Yeah, like there have been girls introduced as like my friend, but like we didn't really know each other. It was just like I like met her at a party, and then like we met again at another one. Like she ended up like just being someone I brought, whatever. And so they were saying sometimes people will be introduced as a friend, but you don't really know them, and that's kind of what Porsha was saying, that they met through their husbands, I believe, and then it was just like, oh, like, you know, Fallon could be a good candidate for the show maybe, or like she has like a really nice house, and introduce her, why not? And then like when they hung out on camera, that was like maybe the second or third time they met.
Okay.
And so she was saying we weren't actually that close, which is a great excuse when you get engaged someone's husband in a month.
I guess they can't really prove it, huh?
Yeah, they can't, you know. And so a lot of like people from like basketball.
Love and Hip Hop?
Basketball wives and like housewives and Love and Hip Hop were all like commenting on it. And just like giving their 2 cents. Some people were calling Porsha messy. Some people were saying, you know, like whatever, let her be happy. And so it kind of died down a little bit, and then it ended up that Porsha got like a tattoo of him somewhere, and that happened really quickly. And then it also was like we found out that she was in talks. I don't know if she's filming it right now, to have like a mini series about her on Bravo, like something just like about her life real quick, like a mini 4 or 5 episode thing. And people were like, Andy Cohen works harder than the Marines. Like, he was like, girl, we have to get a camera in there now. Like, we have to see it. And so I was kind of not excited because that girl's gonna get ripped through the mud. But like when this new season airs, because they should be filming like now.
Were they filming, you think, when they met? Or when they started seeing
No, they weren't filming then.
Okay, I wish they were, because fuck,
that's what some people were like. Andy Cohen was probably like, no, bitch, we need this on camera, so we're getting some cameras in there. You're getting a mini series because we need this. But usually Atlanta Housewives starts like midsummer, ends around
they're about
like
to
December.
Start filming, or they did.
And so I don't think they've started yet. I would have seen stuff on my Twitter page about filming starting and all that, because I am pretty deep into it. So yeah, so they haven't started yet, but it's gonna be a very interesting season.
You think that it has to do with good television part of it? That's my random theory that I want to throw out there.
So I don't think it. So I think Porsha is naturally pretty messy. I genuinely think that's why
she's good for TV.
Yeah, she's good for TV, and maybe she did meet this guy, and maybe they do love each other. But I also think she's not dumb, and she knows that this is going to keep her on the map. It's going to keep her in the housewife circle for a long time. Like, this is like pretty much solidifying her for seasons, because whether or not they break up, whether or not they stay together, that is
everybody wants to see it
line. So maybe,
and even if they're talking about her bad, baby, they talking about her.
Oh yeah,
they're tuning in.
They're talking about her, and then they're going to tune into this season, which is great for Bravo, great for Housewives.
We're going to tune into her, probably follow her on social media because they want to know what's happening.
Yeah, and so it kind of died down, and right now it's more drama between between Simon and his ex-wife Fallon. So like she went on like this tell-all show, kind of saying that like she didn't really know about this. It was really abrupt, and how like she felt kind of betrayed, blah blah blah. And then he was saying like, no, girl, you were cheating on me. He posted like screenshots from their security camera of like some guy that was pulling into his driveway. It was so like he posted footage of the guy like typing in the code and pulling into his driveway when the husband wasn't home.
Caught on 4K.
No, yeah, and then people were saying, well, if you look at the dates, that was after you said that y'all weren't together anymore. So it is messy. Porsha hasn't said much.
That's why there's a lot of things that they're all in publicly, but I'm like, that's why when people got weird stuff in their relationship, you just gotta.
No, yeah, I just be like looking, because I'm like, someone's always gonna come out with something.
Yeah, like what's the next thing that's gonna drop?
No, something, and so people are. Some people don't think it's gonna last long. Some people think that they're just like happy for. I have no idea. I was like, Porsha, like, please no.
I guess you're gonna be excited, like, to tune in to see like what the fuck is this dynamic? What y'all got going on? Like, what's happening here? You know?
And even like in their pictures, I'm like, girl, do you
like him, or do we got money?
Oh, he has like money.
He got money.
Like, he is like rich as fuck.
That might play a lot into it as well.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Let's just be honest here.
So. And Porsha has always been. Well, it's funny because like in in earlier Housewives seasons, everyone was rumored to be sleeping with some African guy, some rich African man. It was always a thing where somebody was texting, sleeping with, or getting a bag from a rich African man. It was like a thing, and a lot of it was Porsha. And so now Kenya is like, oh yeah, bitch, you really are like fucking with an African man, and like all this. Oh my god, it's so.
He said, and am. She said, and
yes. So that shit is fucking hilarious. I am very interested to see how.
Honestly, I'm intrigued too. I'm about to watch clips.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening.
I always watch like most reality shows. I watch like Instagram clips, like those reality TV like where they post the clips that night of like that episode. That's
like little, or like the re-one clip thingy. You're
yeah.
Like, what's this on?
That's literally how I watch stuff. Like one like BET show
with the Black Ink Crew.
No, with the girls like trying to make a new girl group. I've been watching that and that is actually very entertaining.
I love those like reality TV shows that just be a little stupid. Like I've been rewatching Flavor of Love, and I'm like, this shit right here was very good reality TV.
Oh, for sure. I rewatched that show so many times too.
Like,
it was so good.
Great
New York of Love.
Do you remember the Monique Charm School?
Yes. The most like slut shamey respectability but that shit was so fucking funny. Can you respect
yourself because
that shit was
because you want to have sex, you whore.
Funny. Oh, like VH1 really had their foot on everybody's neck.
They were extremely problematic, and I think everybody just accepts it and thinks it's hilarious. Because at this point, it's
like when we're watching it, we're like, yeah, it's awful, but like it's so
this
good.
Is awful, but it's so good. Like this is so bad. Yeah, fucking. It hilarious.
Is fucking hilarious.
But I was all up into that. You remember Real Chance of Love? R.I.P. Real.
I know.
Passed away. That's so sad. Anyways, I want to tune in to that Porsha shit. Keep me updated. Keep the dummies updated. If
I see anything, I gotcha. As of right now, Porsha really has not been in any of the drama or saying anything. A lot of it has been Simon and his ex-wife going back and forth. So
she knows that the longer she's hushed, the juicier it gets. Ooh, she's good. I like her. I don't like her, but I like her. You know what I mean?
Like, I like her.
I like her.
So does Bravo. Bravo loves her.
Hey, she's a smart person. She's smart. People like that are smarter than a lot of people want to give them credit for.
And that's why she's smart. That's why Kenya doesn't like her, and that's why because
she's smart.
But also, I don't like Kenya though, so that's the whole thing.
You know what? You know what, Gabby? What housewife should I start with? And
babes, don't do this to me right now.
I think it's time. Because I think I need to just do it because at this point, I need to know what y'all talk about.
Literally,
everybody always talk about a whole bunch of things. So which one should I start? New York, New York.
I just came. I think
I'm gonna start it. It's on Hulu.
New York, yes.
New York start with that season?
Dummies. Let me tell you, New York is iconic. It is the best house. Now, as of right now, New York is a lot of old drunk ladies, and it's still fucking incredible. But New York is the reason why I love New York is because it's never been on no like gang up shit. It is always everyone fights with everyone. Like the best friends will fight. Everyone will argue. I mean, sometimes I don't like. It'll be like kind of cliquey. I'm like I hate it. But like most of the time, every season new people are fighting. Like it is fun. It is crazy. It is the best Housewives franchise. I stick it into
that's the one I should start.
Yes.
Okay, stay tuned.
Please.
Stay tuned, dummies. Oh my god, it'd be fun because I can like tell you guys as I'm watching it. Like,
please. I've rewatched the first like 4 seasons so many times because I'll start it with people and then like they'll keep going. So
yeah, but you know what I want to do? Can we pick a stupid reality TV show and recap it or something? I feel like that's so fun.
Yeah,
we should do recaps because
oh my god,
that's so fun. Like I love dissecting things because it's stupid.
I don't care which one. I'll watch whatever.
Okay, we could pick one that neither of us maybe have watched.
Okay, cool.
Or maybe like a new season of something. Oh, they're gonna start a new season of Too Hot to Handle. We can watch that. Or I don't know. We'll figure it out. One of those shows. Whatever's new, we'll pick one.
So we're in the reality realm. I have a question about what's going on. With Matt and Rachel because I thought I didn't. All of a sudden, I saw on my Explore page or whatever, like pictures of them together, and I was like, "Oh, is this a thing?"
Oh yeah, so they're together, planning to move in together, opening together, do events together.
So did they
publicly talk about together? They're together, and I had to tell. I remember my friend because me and my friend, like she's the other person that like actively watches The Bachelor, and she was like, "Look," she said to me, and I was like, "You know what we can never forget about Matt James is." He's biracial.
Yeah. He does have a white mom, right?
He has a white mother. And I think that's the only thing that explains everything. And that's, so they're together.
Did they ever, like, make us... Because the last thing I remember us talking about...
Like a statement?
The last thing I remember us talking about is how he was saying how they couldn't be together because of whatever she said. And that's the last thing I heard.
So, after that, there was a little bit of, like, this juicy stuff that was happening. Mm-hmm. So apparently he was like talking to some other girl, and then he was still talking to the Rachel girl, like flying her out, even though he said that they can't be together. He was flying her out to New York. He was going to Atlanta because she lives in Atlanta. He was like going back and forth, but he was also dating some other girl, and some other girl came out and she went on a podcast or something and was like, so Matt over here in my face saying that he missed me, like calling him out. So then he's a Sag. I'm sorry, I just feel like I need to add these.
Yes?
yeah, he's a Sag.
What is Rachel? Do you know?
Libra, I believe. I think I looked it up. I think she's a Libra.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which makes it all makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then apparently it was like she was kind of just like, well, do you like me? Like, what are we doing here? And I guess he was like, yep. So they're together. They're like actively together. They post each other on social media. They haven't made a statement that they're together, but I guess it's kind of just like a we're together and that's it. Y'all just gonna have to be okay with it, kind of thing. Yeah. And I mean, like I said, he's biracial.
That part.
He's biracial.
I was so shocked because I was like, I thought that like he practically like denounced her and was like, no, bitch, I can't do it. So seeing them together, I was like, hold on.
I knew, like, I don't know if he watched the finale or when he was talking about it, but he literally was like, he could tell that nigga was gonna get back with her.
Oh my god,
it was very clear. It was almost like he knew this is what he should say.
Okay, yeah.
And this is what he wanted to do.
And he probably wanted to like let it die down for a second, and then he'd be like, no, this is my bid, flick it over it.
It was like, even how hurt he was, whatever he was feeling, I'm not going to say he wasn't hurt, because obviously, as a black person, how can you not be by that? Mm-hmm. I think at the end of the day, he didn't care. He loved her a little more.
At the end of the day, he is very capable of being like, I mean, his mom's a white woman. He's okay with forgive and forget, like, whatever, like, who cares? Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, they've been kind of like, whatever, this is what we're together, and that's it. So, yeah, they're just together, and whatever. Yeah. I don't know.
I was very shocked by that, I will say.
And I will say, all the girls from her season, like, a lot of them are, like, black women. They're all cool with her, too. So, I mean, I don't know what they got going on, and that's none of my business.
Yeah. That's so interesting. Isn't there, like, another one airing right now? Another, like, something?
Yeah, so the new Bachelor season just started, and it's only episode 2, and niggas already wildin'. I'm telling you, Bachelor seasons are so much more juicy than The Bachelor. Why? People always say because the girls are so, like, the girls are dramatic. These grown-ass men are fucking full of drama. Like, they are so, like, and I think it's because as, like, men don't even know how to be handling their emotions, so they're just, they're messy. They're so messy on here, and I'm just sitting here watching, like, I don't know why it's so funny seeing grown men act like this.
No, it is funny because, like, because it's always like, oh, guys aren't whatever, and, like, when they do, like, yes, they are.
Like, look, messy. We have it on television.
No, it's on tape.
It's on tape. It's caught on 4K. Like, these niggas are messy, and I think it's funny.
That is so
like,
funny.
They always shape it like, oh, you know, women, like, they're catty. These men are just as catty.
Absolutely.
Really fucking catty.
Men are the most spiteful bitch. You know me, I'll go in about, man.
they messy, baby.
Men are messy, spiteful.
Because in this last episode I was watching, this guy, for no reason, went up to her and was like, there's a lot of people here you can't trust. Like, he didn't have names. He didn't have nothing. He just wanted to be messy.
Oh, my God.
I want you to watch that episode because it was so, like, random. Like, why was he being messy? I don't know. It wasn't as good. I'll tell you when, like, there's a, like, the second episode of the season is always, like, kind of, like, you know, like, it's, like, a little messy, but it's, like, also, you don't know any of these guys, so you don't really care. It's like you don't even know all their names for real.
The first episode is usually fun, like you're meeting them, you're seeing who they are. Second one is like more chill.
Like, who are you guys? I guess you're seeing. And then like a couple episodes in is when you start to like, oh, like you know the characters, you know the people. You're like, okay, like da-da-da. You could call them by name.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but
so I think
I would say too, yeah.
I think what I want to go into next. I mean, I don't want to, but like. I mean, it was pretty big, was the stuff going on between Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein.
Okay, so I have questions on this because I knew their podcast, everybody would be like, I love their podcast. Are the people the two they're the two of the podcast people, Ethan and Trisha, right?
Yeah, so I can give, so it just, like, real quick, a background, if y'all don't know. So Trisha Paytas, if you don't know, she's, like, a YouTuber. She's said a bunch of problematic stuff. She's known for, like, sitting on her floor crying, eating. Like, y'all probably know who she is. Ethan Klein, he's known as, like, H3H3, is how, like, most people would know him as. He also had a YouTube channel. He's also said and done very problematic things. And so they're
both problematic.
Yeah, they had beef for a while. I don't really know what about. And then all of a sudden they became friends, and then they started this podcast called Frenemies that was also, like, airing on YouTube, so you could, like, see them, like how you can see us at Dumb Shit Pod on YouTube. And so you could, like, see them, and
that was smooth.
You know, I have to do it.
That was smooth.
And so they've had it for, like, a while. I know some of the episodes were centered around, like, calling out, like, David Dobrik and
Shane Dawson.
Oh, Shane Dawson, and like, they would kind of comment on what was going on. Yeah. And so they had this podcast, but there were always moments, I guess, throughout the podcast where, like, it would be kind of awkward. They would, like, get in arguments. Like, Trisha would, like, get really upset. Things like that. And
it sounds like their podcast was destined to fail because they literally had beef, and they're two very messy people.
Yeah. And so people were saying that Ethan, as of now, is a lot better, I guess. Like, he's a lot more self-aware than Trisha. This is really going off of, like, what I've seen. So, like, he's a lot more self-aware, a lot more calmer, and, like, he's very apologetic about what he's done and said in the past, whereas Trisha isn't as much. And so the latest drama of what happened, so I saw a couple clips, but it was honestly kind of hard to watch. It was really uncomfortable. I was like, is this how it always is?
Of Trisha?
Of what happened, yeah. So they were sitting there talking, and it was something about pizza, like who went to go get the pizza, and then they mentioned how they were going to do a segment about answering, like, the fans or the viewers' questions. They're going to answer viewers' questions, and Trisha was like, no, that's stupid, why would we ever do that, that's a dumb segment. And I guess the guy who works on the show, his girlfriend, is the one who came up with that segment, or that's what Ethan said, but apparently it was, I don't know. She came up with that, and so it was, like, kind of rude because he was sitting right there. And then he mentioned, like, hey, that's kind of rude, like, you know, he's right here, like, the people who are working with us are here. And so I guess there was a moment where he was like, you know, you can be rude sometimes, and she kind of just got really upset, and she was like, I'm done, I don't want to talk about this anymore, and she got up and left. And then she said that she's not returning to the show. She said that, like, he makes too much money from it, and, like, she does a lot. He was saying that all she does really is come in and talk, and his people do the rest. They set up the set, they edit it, they post it, they do a lot of promoting for it, they do the merch.
Do you know the percentages they were talking about? Did they call it? Did she admit the percentages?
That was very confusing to me because it kept changing. I don't know what was real.
Because I guess she was like, well, I brought the fans, which she probably did.
Yeah, I will say
if this team's doing all the work, it's like...
Yeah, and it was like a 5% thing. Like, he got an extra 5% for, like, merch, but he said that was really going towards the show. Like, he didn't even get that 5%.
He's only got an extra 5%.
And, like, apparently they keep talking about this 5%. And, like, so I guess at one point it was, like, 60-40, and then, like, it was... I don't know. Like, the percentages have been disputed by both of them, but I know he was getting a little more than her. And she was pissed about it. And then people were, and so she said she was leaving the show. So as a background, so Trisha, even though she's lied about having different, like, mental issues, she has been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. So
doesn't Trisha also identify as them?
I think it's like she, they. So
okay.
Yeah, but I can say that. So they have also been diagnosed. I think it was BPD. And so, but Trisha kind of uses their BPD diagnosis as, like, a reason for a lot of the shit that they do, which is understandable, but also, like, you have to have accountability, especially with someone who has access to so much resources as her. You can't do these awful, reckless things and then be like, it's just my BPD. It's like, girl, come on. And so, it was a weird, and so she keeps commenting about it. He's not saying as much. It's a really weird situation, but Trisha is also engaged to Ethan's wife's brother. So Hila is engaged to Hila's brother. So that is also really weird. His name is Moses, and so that also makes a really weird dynamic.
Like they're connected in a weird way now.
Yeah. And so it's putting like him in a really weird situation, and stuff was coming out. So Trisha has also said like super anti-Semitic stuff, and she thinks it's funny. And like so I've seen the clips that people are posting like on TikTok, and so Ethan will like call her out on it, and
like what'd she say?
Like the word Jewy, and like saying that Ethan was really cheap, and how like like this is the last Jewish man I'd ever be with. I'm over like Jewish men, and like shit like that. Super awful shit. And like
I forgot Jason Nash is Jewish.
Oh yeah. So like the last like Jewish, she was like, I'm done with like Arab Jewish men. Like she was just saying a lot of stuff, and he was like, what the, I don't even know how he put up with that. That was really awful. And so as of right now, she's not going back. She tweeted that she was going back, and he was like, no, you're not. And so that happened. So I just
feel like why would Trisha Paytas is one of the most unstable human beings on the internet. Mm-hmm. We've all seen it, and that's where they get their platform, because people think it's funny or people think it's entertaining. So it's like, why would you get in business with Trisha? I'm sorry. That's the real. Probably, but at the same time, look how this is all happening now. Now you're having contractual issues with this person who. Yeah. And I'm not trying to like downplay, like maybe Trisha does have a plan on her end, but on their end, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like they got into this podcast when you guys started off beefing, and you know how the other one is. You know that when there's an issue, they will blow it up. Mm. Especially Trisha. Trisha will blow up an issue. So it's like y'all wasn't thinking. Y'all was thinking about money, and that's all you were thinking about, not the logistics. And that's why all this is going to shit. Yeah.
And Trisha's definitely known to be someone like super volatile, like explode and make a million videos and regret it, and like it's a whole thing. And Trisha can also like is great at being the victim in every situation. And like I don't think Trisha's commented on the anti-Semitic comments yet at all. Like, people have been like, what is wrong with you? But I guess it was funny too, because people were like, they loved their podcast, I guess, and they were like, you know, this is my last straw with Trisha, like all this drama. I'm like, this was your last straw? Like, the way that people will like keep watching and like entertaining and loving these awful problematic people, and then their last straw is something stupid.
Y'all are giving them all the money that they have.
Why are you even giving Ethan Klein money? Like, what?
Trisha is rich as fuck. You know why? Because she's rich on being problematic. Mm-hmm. And that is sick.
Like, it's just like this was your last straw, not like the blackface, not the like the lying about having DID, dissociative identity disorder. I like none of that. Nothing like the anti-Semitic stuff that Trisha was saying early on the show in multiple episodes. That wasn't it. It's the fact that like the drama with Ethan. Like, it's just so wild to me when people decide, like,
I think it's questionable.
Is.
You gotta question that. That's
And with Ethan, too.
People make their own random lines.
Ethan said the N-word multiple times. I mean, he's been super apologetic about it. I don't care. Like, he's also said other shitty things. And it's like, so this is, and like, people are like, oh, I'm team Ethan. I'm like, he's not, what? Like, y'all are so weird.
You should be team nobody.
Yeah, it's just so odd. So yeah, that happened. It was pretty big, I guess. But I did notice that, like, a lot of, like, white people will, like, wait and, like, they'll know that someone has said and done racist shit, and they'll wait until they do something else and then, like, call them out on it. Like, now the anti-Semitic stuff is brought up, like, on, like, a big platform. Like, y'all were just overlooking it before. Like, now
y'all didn't care before. Now it's an issue. Yeah. Mm.
Like, it's just
now it's an issue. Now it's an issue when you can add it into other issues, because really you didn't really care.
Because, like, racism is like a gotcha. It's like, you know?
And, perfect. I'm glad you said that, because literally, I love how I've kept this on this whole episode and I've committed. Anyway, so I feel like, I love that you just said that, because it's like, it did not bother you. Like, all those, like, all these things, problematic things, wasn't bothering you until you could use it to attack this person. So now it's just weird. It's like, okay, like, you didn't actually care. You don't care. You don't care. You don't care either, really. Mm-hmm. None of you guys give a fuck about none of this stuff. You're just using it to try to, like, make the other person out. Gotcha. Well, look, he said he used to say the N-word. Okay, well, you didn't, like...
It's just, and the same thing, like, happens when influencers are, like, fighting each other. Like, they'll be like, influencers used to be friends. They're like, well, you know, when we were friends, you know, she would say the N-word all the time. Like, so you stayed friends.
So you didn't care.
But now that you're not friends.
You didn't care. Like, they were so racist, and I just, like, didn't know what to do. Oh, so you didn't care.
It's like, okay.
But now you care. Why do you care now? Because you guys aren't friends anymore?
Very
interesting character flaw. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. So, lastly, dummies, we will be talking about Azealia Banks. As you all know, Azealia Banks is I guess she's like pop artist. Not as much anymore. I don't think Azalea's made music for a little bit.
More social media personality.
Yeah, more social media. Has said such awful things throughout the past years.
Is like a Kanye where they're like, they just say things and they're like, this is who I am.
And like, it's just like, I don't care who I fan, this is who I am. It's okay, go off.
Right.
So, Candace Owens, who, if y'all know, she was like a black woman who also like worked on the Trump campaign and like is a Republican, all this, you know,
we don't respect stuff. Candace Owens on this podcast.
Yeah, no. So Candace Owens tweeted, Juneteenth is so lame. I'm sorry, when people like are like obviously like racist, like anti-black, like it's like funny. I'm like, whatever. Like it's like
Juneteenth is so lame. Like, girl, that was a random aggressive comment for no reason.
With 4 O's is so lame. Democrats really need to stop trying to repackage segregation. I'll be celebrating July 4th and July 4th only. I'm American. Cool.
So before you get into the read that Azealia Banks did, that shit.
This would be my first time reading it.
No, please read out loud. Read out loud because you're getting like.
Yeah. So Azealia took that screenshot of Candace Owens' tweet and then went on her Instagram, and in the caption, so she posted Candace Owens' tweet, and in her caption she said, I can't. So according to this logic, on July 4th, 1776, you would still be enslaved, most likely on the verge of starvation due to all of America's food supply having been prioritized for the war, while you hand sew American flags and struggle to wet nurse some depressed 24-year-old white widow's sickly child until your nipples are chapped and dry, whereafter you will be whipped by her 80-year-old uncle for your own malnourishment, inability to produce milk, then sent to toil over a wood-burning stove, blistering your hands while forced to make a pleasantly meal of biscuits and gravy. You will be watched closely by her irate, sunburnt, and whiskey-soaked 80-year-old uncle to be sure you do not sneak a single biscuit or fingerful of, what is that, roux? How do you say that? Roux to yourself. After you've watched everyone eat, you will be sent to do the cleaning up. Your last task will be brushing the stressed and balding white widow's hair to prepare for her sleeping bonnet, a deep rest in her comfortable canopy bed. Next, your final descent down the stairs and out the back door, where you proudly sleep on a bed-bug-infested pile of hay in a 6x4 cabin you share with 4 other slaves. Happy Independence Day. What the
Okay.
Oh.
When I read it this morning, and I said, oh,
amazing
wow.
thing to wake up and read.
Like, she literally said, oh, really, bitch? Oh, that's what, Happy Independence? Okay. She said, well, you know what would actually be happening?
You know where you would be?
You were there?
July 4th, 1776?
Oh. She said, well, and I'm mad because she was so detailed. And she was so, like... She said a balding white widow's hair.
You said making sure you don't steal a single biscuit. Oh, what? Like,
she said chapped nipples. Like, what? She's got every detail. Every second.
Like, how does your brain do that? Like, I just, like, Azealia Banks awful, has said the worst things, but this read?
Hey, she's a bitch. Bitches will always read you.
If I saw that, I just go to bed.
If I got read like this, I think I would literally just never come back.
Myself, like, has Candace say anything?
I don't know. Because how do you respond to that?
Like,
How
what
do you respond to that?
Let me see if she said anything.
Yeah, I went to her page.
Let's see. That shit is fucking, like, I am...
No, she
said Juneteenth is still so lame.
Like, girl, that's your response? Because she had nothing else to say.
I would be on the floor, crying. Wait. Oh, she said, so this, I think this is her response to this. She said, every single race has been enslaved at some point in human history. Africans are still enslaved today. This is not a holiday. This is more emotional training for Democrats to see ourselves as somehow separate from America. Independence Day is July 4th, the end. Like, what? Oh my gosh.
So why is it wrong for everybody celebrates when their people have not been enslaved anymore?
That's actually so true.
So everybody has a holiday for when their people have not been enslaved anymore, but then people in America try to be like, well, this is all of our holidays. No.
Niggas can't have nothing.
No,
nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can go around the board. Oh, everybody's been enslaved. Yeah, and there's holidays for each one of them. What the fuck is July 4th? Independence Day from what? From what? Not enslaved, but like whatever the fuck America was going through. Independence. So it's kind of like, why? I don't understand why.
Did you see?
That doesn't make sense. If anything, I don't know. This sounds like a lot of stuff. What's wrong with Candace Owens? Is she
She's been like this for a minute. But
like,
does she
hate herself?
Probably.
She does. That's her answer. Yes.
Did you see the fucking? I don't know. It was like it was like Nancy Pelosi and all these Democrats. They were singing. They were at like whatever wherever fucking place, Congress place, whatever, and they were singing on the news yesterday morning, like lift every voice.
I didn't see this, Gabby, and I don't think I didn't watch it.
I saw the caption and then I pressed the thing.
Like
literally, the way that people are treating this like you have to laugh. Like you have to laugh. That one football team posting a shark, like eating, like breaking the chains of slavery.
Wait, what is this? Watch. Nancy Pelosi and a group of black lawmakers sing Lift Every Voice and Sing, the song called the Black National Anthem in ceremony for the bill making Juneteenth a federal holiday.
Liberty, let our rejoicing.
Beyonce can do so much better.
Why did they let that man have the main vocals?
It just reminds me of when that bitch put on like a fucking, like when she knelt, I don't know, when she took a knee and then put on those. It's like you have to laugh. Like there's nothing else you can do. Like
we're
you have to laugh.
America's a sitcom.
Did you see that? Like that football team that like had the shark like eating the slaves of like not the slaves, eating the chains of slavery.
Honestly, I don't know if this making this a federal holiday was a good idea. Because what? I don't want to see what kind of advertising is included.
Someone made a joke about Old Navy doing like a buy two get one free. Oh my god, I have to go to bed.
Buy two get one free for everybody? What's happening here? I feel like making it a federal holiday was just like, I don't know. I don't know what to take from it, because if they're gonna be out here with a shark biting chains off,
did you see it? Did you see it?
Singing? No, I didn't. I don't want to see it.
It was like their mascot, and like it was like black hands, and the shark is like biting the chains off. I'm sorry, I couldn't because I got.
This is all extremely inappropriate. Hilarious. This is my problem. This is so inappropriate.
It's so awful. So yeah, fuck Candace Owens. Azealia, you got that one. I'll give you that one.
No, that was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, that was really funny, and got that one.
Yeah, we were gonna mention the Ace family, but just know Austin McBroom was a cheater and an awful person. And
honestly, I want them. I can't wait for the real expose. Like I feel like we're getting closer and closer to the point where. Honestly, this is my thing. If you're listening, I don't know, Catherine, you can make a lot of money off of this.
Yeah,
okay. I think she thinks that she has to be stuck in this. No, and she has in the past defending him. Like, I know my man. Okay, baby, you know how much money you can gain by being oh my god, he cheated on me and my 3 kids. You know how you can fucking
You know how
build
amazing
a empire on that?
A rebranding channel with like her being a single mom in LA. Like, are you
Who's bad? She's
kidding
beautiful.
me?
She's a beautiful woman.
Gorgeous. Dating. Like, come on now.
No, I'm saying like she could take. He's holding her here. She could go so much further up.
No,
I'm telling
absolutely.
you, I see it happening because she can't keep getting embarrassed like this. I'm
It's
sorry.
really bad.
She's gonna have to stop it at one point.
It's really bad. And like, I never even watched them. And like, the way that I keep seeing these people, like this man cheating on her.
Everybody knows
oh my
about it. Like
God.
all of like everybody knows about it. Imagine if everybody knows your man's cheating on you and they're always telling you, you're just like, well, I'ma stand beside him. Girl, leave.
There's not enough money, girl. You can make more money. That's the thing.
If anything, they're stupid fucking rich. Dude, you don't really need them. Unless
Yeah.
he found like, unless there's some sick things like, what if they signed a prenup? But they probably didn't because their business is built with each other.
Yeah, and plus like with
So they
YouTube
probably-
stuff, I wonder how that works.
Because their business was built. I wonder who handles their finance. I feel like there's a lot of weird stuff with them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's probably a reason. There's probably a reason why she's still in it.
Like some weird stuff. I
No.
mean, he probably Who knows? He looks He probably like, honestly, you can't leave me because then da da da. No, baby, I promise you that rebrand would go stupid.
And everyone would support it. Like she has no haters or whatever. Like everyone would be on her side. So that was like pretty much the vibe. Listen, it's Juneteenth. We are like, it's 9:46, and this is the energy.
Bitches banging on my door like,
no,
about to be drinking, I guess.
Yeah, literally, like I'm about to go drink. So yes, that was our like little gossipy episode.
I feel like it was right then for the Juneteenth episode. You know, there's a lot of discourse on Twitter about wearing your bonnet in public. Well, I wear my bonnet my whole episode.
Oh yeah, that shit was really stupid too. Like what?
And braids, but that's a whole different conversation that we can do.
Yeah, which I have never understood the braids thing.
Next week let's talk about that stuff because that's
you have to remember. I'll put it in like my notes because I genuinely
braids, bonnet, which anti-black. Anyways,
yeah.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yes, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. We missed you so much. We took a week off, but now we're back. And you know, we love talking shit. We love gossiping. So like, why not? If there's other shit you want us to mention on other episodes, let us know. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at dumbshitpod. Melissa, you want to spell it?
DUMB SHIT POD.
Make sure that you share with every single one of your friends. Make sure you leave us a nice review, a nice little 5-star, whatever. And yeah, I can try and think of something else, but.
And remember, y'all, remember that.
Period.
See you next week.
Bye.